Imagine this. The alarm rings. You open your eyes, and instead of groaning or fumbling for your phone, you actually feel ready, focused, clear, energized. You already know the first things you're going to do, and those actions don't drain you, they lift you. Within the first hour of your day, you've already taken care of your body, calmed your mind, and set your priorities straight. Suddenly, the rest of the day doesn't feel like a battle. It feels like momentum is carrying you forward. That's the power of a morning routine done right. And here's the truth most people never realize. The way you spend your first minutes after waking up literally rewires the entire day that follows. If you start sloppy, distracted, and rushed, chances are your day will echo that same energy. But if you start sharp, intentional, and grounded, everything else tends to follow. Think about it. How many times have you started the morning scrolling through social media, convincing yourself it's just for 5 minutes? But then suddenly it's been half an hour, and you're running late, you're groggy, and your head is filled with everyone else's noise instead of your own focus? That sets a chaotic tone. On the other hand, think of the days when you woke up with a plan. Maybe you exercised, maybe you journaled, maybe you just sat quietly with your thoughts. Didn't the whole day feel smoother, like you had already claimed victory before it even began? That's no accident. That's your brain taking its cues from the first domino you tipped in the morning. So how do you actually master your morning routine for maximum productivity? The good news is, it's not about copying the extreme habits of some billionaire who wakes up at 3:30 a.m., takes an ice bath, runs 10 miles, and reads 200 pages before sunrise. It's about finding a rhythm that primes your energy, clears your mind, and gets you moving toward the right things. Productivity is less about doing more and more about doing what matters with focus, and the morning is when you build that focus. The first step begins even before the morning itself. It starts the night before, because let's be honest, if you go to bed at 1 a.m. scrolling endlessly, no morning routine is going to rescue you. Sleep is the foundation. The brain needs rhythm. It craves cycles. Going to bed at the same time each night and waking at the same time each morning sets up your internal clock to work with you instead of against you. Think of it like planting a tree. If the soil is bad, no amount of sunshine will make it grow. If your sleep is off, no number of motivational tricks will fix your mornings. So set a bedtime, make your evenings calmer, dim the lights, keep screens away, maybe even write a quick note about what you accomplished today and what you'll do tomorrow. That tells your brain, we're closing the chapter. Then, when the alarm goes off, you're ready. Now, when that alarm does ring, the first challenge is avoiding the snooze button. Every time you hit snooze, you're telling your brain, actually no, let's go back into another sleep cycle. And then when you wake again, you're groggy, sometimes for hours. Here's a trick that works. Put your alarm across the room. Make yourself stand up to turn it off. Once you're on your feet, you've already won the first battle of the day. Even that small victory builds momentum. Once you're up, the next thing is to move. Movement wakes you up faster than coffee. Your body has been lying still for 7 or 8 hours, and your blood flow is slow. Do something simple. Stretch, push-ups, a few yoga poses, a quick walk, even just jumping jacks. It doesn't have to be an hour-long gym session. The goal is simply to send a signal to your body. It's time to be awake, alert, and alive. You'll notice how different your mind feels after just a few minutes of movement. Clearer, sharper, lighter. The fog lifts. Now, after moving, the next thing most people want is coffee. But here's a secret. Don't make coffee your first drink. When you wake up, you're dehydrated. Coffee dehydrates you more. Instead, drink water, a tall glass. Even better, add a pinch of salt or a squeeze of lemon. That restores your electrolytes and wakes up your system. Once you're hydrated, then enjoy your coffee if you like. But don't let caffeine be a crutch. Your body has natural rhythms of alertness, and you can train them without overloading on stimulants. At this point, you've moved, you've hydrated, and now your brain is waking up. This is the golden time to set your intentions, because what you do with your thoughts in the morning determines what thoughts dominate the rest of the day. If the first thing you see is emails, news, or notifications, you're already reacting. But if the first thing you do is journal, meditate, or visualize, you're leading. Try this. Take 5 minutes to write down 3 things. First, what you're grateful for. Second, what your top 3 priorities are for today. And third, one affirmation or reminder of who you are becoming. It might sound simple, but the effect is massive. Gratitude rewires your brain to see possibilities instead of problems. Priorities cut through the noise and stop you from being busy instead of productive. And affirmations anchor your identity so you show up intentionally. And then there's the question of planning. A lot of people spend their day reacting because they don't know what really matters. In the morning, you have a window where your mind is fresh. Use it to clarify. What is the single most important task today? What's the one thing that, if you finish it, would make the day a success? Write that down. Don't make a to-do list of 20 things. Make a short list of the vital few. Productivity is never about cramming more tasks into your day. It's about focusing on the tasks that move the needle. Now let's talk about energy. If you fuel your body with sugar and processed junk in the morning, you'll spike and crash all day. Instead, give yourself clean fuel. Protein, healthy fats, fiber, eggs, oats, smoothies, fruit, nuts. The goal isn't just filling your stomach. It's stabilizing your energy so you're sharp and steady. Think of food like fuel in a car. If you pour in cheap gas, don't be surprised when the engine sputters. Once you've handled your body, your mind, and your fuel, it's time to start creating. Here's where most people get it wrong. They open their inbox, scroll social media, or handle busy work first thing. But your morning energy is sacred. Protect it. Use your first deep focus block for your most important creative work. That could be writing, designing, problem solving, building. Whatever in your life requires deep thought, do it before the world interrupts you. Emails, messages, notifications, those can wait. What cannot wait is the chance to use your clearest, sharpest brain power. Here's something powerful. If you master the first 90 minutes of your morning, you don't have to master the rest of the day, because you've already taken care of the essentials. You've already claimed progress on what matters most. Even if the rest of the day gets messy, you've banked a win. That psychological momentum is huge. It's like compound interest in productivity. Of course, there will be days you don't feel like it. Days when the bed feels too comfortable or the stress feels too heavy. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about remembering your why. Why do you want to master your mornings? Maybe it's because you're tired of feeling rushed. Maybe you're building a dream business. Maybe you just want peace and clarity. Whatever it is, anchor to it. Motivation fades, systems stay. Build a system so simple that even on your worst days, you can do it. Even if all you do is drink water, stretch for 2 minutes, and write down one priority. That's still enough to keep the habit alive. And here's another truth. Your morning routine doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Some people thrive with meditation. Others love journaling. Some need a hard workout. Others need quiet reading. What matters is asking yourself, what gets me into the best state to focus and create? Then design your morning around that. It's not about copying. It's about crafting. Think of your morning routine like tuning an instrument. If you rush into the day without tuning, everything feels off. But if you take a few minutes to tune your body, your mind, your focus, then when you start playing, it's smooth, it's aligned, it's powerful. Now imagine repeating this, not just once, but every day. Imagine the compound effect of 365 mornings where you moved your body, hydrated, fueled well, set your priorities, and tackled your most important work first. That's not just productivity. That's transformation. It's not about one giant leap. It's about small, consistent steps each morning that add up to massive change. So tomorrow, when your alarm rings, see it as an invitation. not a burden. Don't see it as the start of another grind. See it as the chance to take control. Remember, your morning is the steering wheel of your day. If you grab it with intention, you can drive anywhere you want to go. But if you let go, distractions and noise will steer you. Which one will it be? The choice starts with your very first action after waking. And the person who wins their mornings is almost always the person who wins their life. Imagine for a second that your mornings are like the first domino in a long chain. If that first piece wobbles or falls in the wrong direction, everything else in your day feels just a little off. But when you set it firmly in place, the whole chain moves smoothly and powerfully. That's what mastering your morning routine does. It's not just about waking up early or drinking water. It's about stacking habits in a way that sets the rhythm for success, productivity, and clarity all day long. One of the most underrated parts of a powerful morning routine is the night before. People forget that mornings are actually built in the evening. If you go to bed scrolling endlessly, eating heavy meals, or stressing over tomorrow without planning, you're already starting your morning at a disadvantage. The trick is preparation. Laying out your clothes, writing down your 3 most important tasks, and winding down with a calm ritual. These small moves reduce decision fatigue when you wake up. You're not stumbling through your morning fog. You're gliding because the hard work was already done yesterday. The most productive people don't just have a morning routine, they have an evening ritual that protects their mornings. Now picture waking up without the blaring alarm that startles you into stress. Instead, imagine rising with a soft alarm or natural light, signaling your brain to wake up calmly. The very first thing you do isn't rushing to your phone or diving into social media. It's taking a deep breath and grounding yourself. So if you found value in this, don't just keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share this video with someone who could use a productivity boost, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights that can transform your daily life. And hey, tap that notification bell too, so you never miss the next video. Here's to stronger mornings and unstoppable days ahead.